Hello and welcome to another episode of Tiva Comparison. This time around we are comparing the two close cousins, Volvo XC40 Recharge Pure Electric and its close cousin Polestar 2. They are both based on the same platform with identical specifications. So they are both 400 horsepower dual motor cars, and they have a 77 net kilowatt hour size battery, allowing a range of approximately 380 kilometers in both cases. So today we are actually inside the Polestar store in Yorkville in Toronto, 55 Avenue Road, if you want to stop by and check them out and test drive one. So we wanted to give you a comparison in size and everything else between those two close cousins. And here to help us is Jacob from Polestar. Hi.
Hey guys.
So Jacob just sat inside the XC40 Recharge. You know, he's an expert in Polestar, and because these cars are so close together, you know, we're going to talk about the size and everything else comparison. So as you can see, the front obviously is very distinct for the Polestar. They both have frunks at the front, which Volkswagen, for example, doesn't have. You have a specific Polestar logo. The headlights are very similar. You have the Thor's hammer in both cases, just slightly different on the Volvo and slightly different on the Polestar. And you have all the headlight washers are here. The radars are hidden in the front. Same here with the Volvo cameras, and sensors are all the sensor suite is all up front here. So basically the difference between the two, number one, the Volvo XC40 Recharge Electric is made in Belgium, in Europe, and Polestar 2 is made in their factory in China. So the prices, as you know, the Polestar starts at 69,000, where the Volvo starts at 65,000. Now, just recently, a few days ago, Polestar announced that they will be bringing a front-wheel drive version of this car at $20,000 less, so the prices will start at $49,000. But that probably won't happen until next year sometime, right? Correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
so our front-wheel drive models will be delivering in February, March of next year.
Of next year, exactly. So if you order today, you won't get them until spring of next year, more or less.
Our dual motors, we're looking at November, December.
Are you able to tell people about the special promotion for existing cars, or that's not official? Okay, anyways, guys, there will be an official announcement soon about some special offers on the Polestar 2s that are in stock. So that's very exciting news. We'll post them for you as soon as it's available and official. So let's have a look at the interior of those cars and try and compare them. So maybe you can demonstrate the interior of the car, and here's a beautiful little Swedish flag. There you go. That's kind of cute. Too bad the Volvo doesn't have one. As you can see, it does not. It's only here in the Polestar. I thought that there was also one on the seat somewhere, but maybe it was on one of the Volvos we drove before. Anyway, so this is the interior of the car. It's identical to, if you want to demonstrate some of the display features on the Polestar, because they are basically identical to the Volvo. Yep. So the display is literally the same, which by the way is different than all the other Volvos. So that's where the Volvo XC Recharge differs from all the other plug-in Volvos. The display and the user interface is identical to the Polestar. Now, the only difference is that the Polestar center screen is much bigger than the Volvo. So the Volvo center screen comes from other Volvos, even though the interface is same as Polestar, but the Polestar center screen is much bigger. So yeah, if you can just kind of show us quickly through some of the features on the front screen. I'll jump in on the side, yeah, because it's going to be basically a repetition of what the Volvo is offering.
Yep.
So what do we get? What kind of info do we get on the main screen? So
basically,
what are the options?
Sitting standstill, the car, you can tell that the car has 76%. We're sitting at 290 kilometers of range. That will come with our fully loaded Google infotainment system. So you have access to Google Assistant.
So now basically, is there Android Auto? There is no Android Auto. So the Google Assistant replaces the Android Auto.
Exactly.
So what apps are you able to use from Google?
So I could go back here. These are the apps I've downloaded on my car. So it'll come with Spotify, Google Maps, I've downloaded ChargePoint. If I go into Google Maps,
And that's what, so you use Google Maps for navigation, basically.
exactly, yeah.
So how do you download? You use it, the car, because even you can control some functions verbally through verbal commands.
Yep.
But when I was trying to use one of the verbal commands, it asked me to sign into Google account. So basically, you need to sign the car into your Google account. Then you can control more functions of the car, and that's how you download certain apps down to the car as well. So, for example, is there ways? Can you use Waze in this system, or there's only certain apps you can use?
Certain apps you can use for now. Hopefully in the future
They'll expand the list.
by a software update, right?
So same with the TuneIn Radio. I use that to listen to the world radio. Is there TuneIn Radio available right
yep.
now?
So if we go back here, sorry,
There's YouTube Music as well, by the way.
we go into the Google Play Store. You can check out all the apps available for downloading, right?
So it will only show you the apps that are available for Polestar, and I guess the Volvo
Exactly.
XC40 Recharge as well. TuneIn Radio. There we
Yeah,
go.
There we go.
So it is. So we have Pocket Cast, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, all kinds of apps available. So, but it's only there when you signed in. So this car is signed into somebody's Google
It's
account,
signed into mine.
your account. Now, is it safe for me? Let's say that this is just a press car that I'm using. Is it safe for me to sign into my Google account? Can I sign it out after when I leave
Yep.
for security reasons?
So
how do you sign in and sign out? Yeah.
So basically, I'd go to my profile here, Jacob. I have 2 keys connected. I'd go in here. I could delete the profile.
Oh, delete this profile. Okay,
Right.
gotcha. Okay,
That
so
would-
that's what I'll do, because that's the only way to get the full functionality of the system is to sign into your Google account.
Exactly.
Then you can download whatever apps you need, etc., and use them. So on the center screen, you have. So when you plug in the car, of course, it shows you the huge information
Yep.
of what's the percentage of the batteries and when it's going to be fully charged and
Yep.
what the charging speed is. But in the center of the screen, you get either the can you toggle the different screens? Yeah. Maybe
I
just
have
to show
put
us.
the car in a drive.
Yeah. There we go. So the center of the screen is taken. Oh, see, that's different
So
because
this
you
is my
do have the
navigation.
map.
Yeah.
See, I can't get that in the Volvo for some reason. Maybe we'll
Okay.
try and do the
Gotcha.
same thing, because that's makes sense that the map should be available because in the Volvo right now it's just big blank space.
Yeah,
I mean, if you
yeah.
toggle it, the other
Yep.
toggle is the
So
Autopilot.
This is kind of my heads-up display without being on the windshield, right?
Is there a head-up display option with the
No,
Polestar?
no.
So I don't think it exists with the Volvo either. Okay. So this is one of the options. It's basically speed, and what is the other one? This is
So you get
consumption.
speed, charge.
That's
this-
a power band, basically.
Yeah, power band.
Does it give you the instantaneous? It does give you the consumption on the right, right? So this is your
So
consumption.
if I press this little button here, it shows me my
The
consumption.
average.
here.
This is the
Yeah.
averages. But when you go back to the other screen, what is the number on the right here? That's
76. That's
percent of
current,
battery.
that's current state of
Oh,
charge.
okay, gotcha. Okay, and then you can get the stats. Okay, so that's good. So it's slightly different than the Volvo. We're gonna go into the Volvo shortly, compare, but it's so it makes sense. You see that the map is displayed there, and it should be the same with the Volvo. So perhaps maybe it's just a matter of setting certain changing the settings. But anyways, that's what it is. And here's your 360 view, a bird's eye view of the car that helps you parking.
So I could touch the car. I could look out the front if I wanted to.
So you can change the angles, right? So
Yeah.
you could have just a camera basically. Instead of the 360, you can have just a camera.
Yeah.
You can touch any of those cameras that you
Exactly, right? I'm looking at the back now.
want. Perfect.
Essentially what it's doing, it's taking all the frames and stitching them together,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
To make it look like it's
But to be honest, I find it, I almost prefer to have just a rear camera view, because it shows me detailed in the large format detail of how close I am to the other car versus this kind of thing. So it's good that you have the option of changing the angles.
Yep.
So that's basically the center console. Obviously, is a little bit different. We're gonna compare it with the other car, but it's the shifter is slightly different. The center storage here is a little bit smaller than the Volvo, but again, the Volvo XC40, this baby here is built. It's basically a conversion of an existing gas car, right? So where the Polestar was designed as an electric car from the ground up. So they are different, even though they share the same platform.
Exactly.
So there you can choose your suspension, different assist modes.
So we have one pedal drive set in standard, so I'm going to have the most regenerative effect, right?
So here you have the 3 different settings. You have off, low, and standard. The Volvo only has 0 or 100.
Okay.
And the full, the one pedal driving, when it's on, it's super strong.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah,
guessing it's probably the same with it, but at least you have the medium setting.
Exactly.
Which is good. Yeah,
Yep.
I don't think it should be 0 or nothing. I think there should be a gradual, just like Tesla and some of the other cars. Some of them have paddles, but this is good enough. So that's good that there's 3 different settings. I think it's better than the Volvo.
Yep.
Then you have the steering wheel. Again, you have 3 different settings, where with the Volvo there's only 2.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So I have firm, so it's going to offer more feedback through the wheel if I want a more sportier drive. Or say if I'm driving around a parking lot, I kind of want full deflection of the wheels, then I'll set it to light, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, but in terms of the engine power and everything else, there's just the one mode. There's no eco mode or anything like that.
No.
So the sport mode here is just strictly for the ESC.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so it turns it off basically.
Yeah, now it's off, right?
Okay, so you can go and do some donuts or something. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect.
Then I have creeping off. So basically,
Oh,
if
so
I-
that's the other thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if Volvo offers that, because they're in the 0 one pedal driving, it just coasts and you have to brake. With the maximum one pedal driving, it'll stop by itself, so it doesn't creep. But so
Exactly.
there's more. It seems that there's more options available in the Polestar than in the Volvo. So that which is good. So you can choose your one pedal driving 3 different modes,
Yep.
and you can turn the creep on or off, which is some people who are used to normal automatic gas cars would maybe
Exactly.
prefer to have the creep on.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what Tesla is offering. You can turn it off or on. That's great.
if I wanted to drive like a gas car, that's kind of what it'd look like, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So this way I just coast, and then creep. If I just touch the accelerator,
It's
I'll start
moving, yeah.
forward, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. No, so that's great. All right, fantastic. And then of course, so the other difference is that here you have the fixed glass roof, and on its larger brother from Belgium, it has an opening sunroof. So we're gonna show you that difference in a moment. Other than that, the interiors are luxurious, quite luxurious in both cars. Of course, the Polestar is more sport-oriented, more luxury-oriented. You have a Harman Kardon system. Is that standard or is that an option? Is that an
That's
upgrade?
standard on our 2021 cars.
Okay.
So as we move into 2022 cars, they'll make this an option.
And you also mentioned that for 2022, there's going to be over-the-air update, which is going to improve efficiency, which will then increase the range from the rated 385 all the way to 400 or
Exactly.
so. Fantastic.
Precisely.
That's great. That's going to help you as well. So there's some other basically options here on the screen. So that you have the driver alert. That's a very typical Volvo thing. It's going to remind you when the car thinks you're falling asleep. It's going to ring and show you the coffee sign. And so there's a lot of other options available here. Fantastic. Okay, so yeah, let's try and compare it now with its larger brother next door. Okay. So here again we have the opening sunroof right there. So let's jump in here so you can try and figure out if you can. It will be kind of easy for you to navigate through the Volvo version of the same system. So as you can see, basically the display is much smaller than the Polestar.
I could tell already I sit much higher in this car.
I'm sorry?
I could tell already I sit much higher in this car.
Higher, yeah, the higher position. So where the Polestar 2 is kind of your sitting position is between the Model 3 and the Model Y, in my opinion, and then we're gonna park it right next to a Model Y. The seating position in this is even taller than the Model Y.
Yeah.
So it's good that that you have this option. So anyway, so try and see how close the options, the menus are here.
So I assume this is the home button.
Yeah, and you see you have just the maps.
Which,
so it's
guess
slightly
this is a charge
different.
button.
Yeah.
So it's looking for charging stations. Yeah, this is essentially the same kind of screen, right? We have in the Polestar 2. Right.
I think it's basically simpler, more simplified version of the.
Yeah.
See, this is just your notifications.
Notification center. It's your profile up here.
Here's
like
the
that.
settings are here basically,
Right.
and so you have your driving option. As you see your driving option here. You have your lane keep assist, off-road mode, whatever that means. A lane keep assist, road sign information, one pedal drive. There you go. It's only on or off. That's it.
Oh.
and the steering, it's firm or soft. That's
Okay.
it. That's the only two
Right.
possibilities, right? So
Right.
it's slightly different. And then you have the other
Going
charging
in
sound.
here.
So these are the apps. So I'm guessing when you go to the apps, I guess probably right, you would have Google Assistant.
So I can see Spotify. I could go and check the car's status. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah. Yeah, in
It's like
some
kind of a
ways-
Volvo version of
Yeah.
the interface.
And
So
then it does have Android Auto, right? So
no, it doesn't.
okay.
Because I plugged in the car,
Yeah.
and like some cars have wireless Android Auto, so I tried that. It didn't work. I plugged it in.
Yeah.
By the way, it's a USB-C to USB-C, so I had to buy a special cable
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I use normal USB to USB-C. This is USB-C at both ends, and I plugged in the phone. Still, the Android Auto didn't work. So it only works through the Google Assistant, and
this is where the start button would be?
that's where
Yeah,
that's where it was previously. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
blanked out.
Yeah.
So you just you
could really
just
tell
get
they
in.
took a gas car and
That's right.
yeah.
That's right. So there is probably a way, but we'll figure out later in terms of signing into the Google account, because the car status, that's just the phone, I think. Oh no, that's the radio.
Yeah, radio.
But where the apps are, I don't even see them anymore.
hit these 4 squares
Oh, okay.
here.
Yeah. So there's
Yeah.
this thing here, but you know,
Play Store.
yeah, you
okay,
have to
so
sign
you-
in. So
yeah,
yeah, we'll sign in later with my Google account and see if we can download some more apps that I'm normally using. And in terms of the menus on the main screen.
It's
Yeah.
Google Assistant.
How are the menus on the main screen? Try and see if
I'm gonna
you
put it into drive, okay?
yeah. See, you have this blank space in the middle, so now it's showing the car status,
Yeah.
and that's
Okay.
about it.
Oh,
You
so
see?
this is what you were talking about.
Yeah, it's just a lot of blank space in the middle where the map should be displayed. So perhaps there'll be a over-the-air update to
Yeah,
match it up
sure.
with the Polestar display. But right now it's only showing using this huge empty space in the middle to show the Autopilot, visuals, and tiny little arrows when navigating. Right, so that's your Autopilot thingy, right? Where it shows you, what settings you have with the Autopilot. But other than that, when you turn the other option, it's just blank, right? So I think it would make sense to make it the same as the Polestar, where it shows the map, because I mean, sure, you can look here, but why not
Yeah.
be able to see the map with the directions in front
Yeah,
of you,
that's
right?
what I love about the Polestar.
Yeah.
I have my map right up on the screen.
Yeah.
I don't have to look away.
Otherwise, the shifter is kind of similar looking.
Yeah, yeah.
You see, you have the same. So the wireless charging pad is here, which is different from the Polestar because
Yeah.
so there's this bit more storage space with the charging pad here, and you have this huge compartment here, which is pretty deep, where you can put a lot of junk, which is probably slightly larger than the Polestar. And they have this little dump thing. I don't know. It's connected.
Garbage?
Oh no, this is a different compartment. Actually, there are two different compartments. You can just drop, maybe change.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm guessing maybe you can use it to drop change in there or something because it's a separate
Yeah.
compartment.
Oh, you don't have a cubby on this side.
No.
Okay.
So
Got
yeah,
a little one over here.
shifter is very similar,
Big,
and
nice door wells I see in this.
yeah. So basically, the storage is similar. You have the vents for the air conditioning are only in the center console, right? They're not on the B pillar.
Yeah.
Same with the
Yeah,
same with the
exactly.
Polestar.
Yeah.
And then you have both are 5-seaters, and so
Does
again, sorry, go ahead.
Does that come standard on the car? The what's this, like a
well-
dog cage?
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out. I haven't asked them yet. I was trying to figure out what that is in the back. It's at the upper side of
think-
the window.
That's what it kind of looks like, right?
Maybe that's where you attach like a dog cage or something.
Yeah.
And again, here's the sunroof that opens right now. It's just tilted, but you open it the same way. It's the same kind of button where you just slide it and it slides open. There we go. And so again, slightly higher seating position. The trunk space, I think, is similar. What you mentioned is that there's, and we're gonna go to the trunk to show the difference, anyways. But there's a bit more. It's deeper
Yep.
in the Polestar 2 because again, it's not a converted gas car. It's an electric car designed from the ground up. So that's about it. Yeah. So the driving equations are going to be very similar because the specs are identical. So obviously the Polestar is going to be slightly. The official one is 4.7 seconds to 100, where this one is 4.9, so it's 0.2 seconds slower. Obviously because it's not the shape. It's not as aerodynamic and it's a bigger, heavier car. But everything else will be very similar. And then again, the design. interior design quite similar again. All right, so let's show the frunks and the trunks in both. They should be quite. So maybe you can pop the frunk on this one.
Oh, the front?
Frunk and the trunk both. Yeah, the trunk we can open probably with a foot swipe. So let's show the frunk on this one. So here you go. The lights are on. I'm not even sure that there is a. It's on it. Yeah. So there we go. There's a big cover on it, and here's what it looks like. So it's just enough to store your cables, maybe I don't know, a couple of small items. In here, but in this instance, yeah, there's a lot of little cover.
Assistance kit.
Yeah, that's a tire repair kit basically, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Okay, so let's see what that looks like in a Polestar. Is the car? I think it should be still open. And there we go. So it's a different shape than the Volvo. It's a little bit deeper, and it's again good enough for a bunch of cables. In this instance, the Volvo put the cables in the back, but it's a good size frunk that can find different uses. Do they have like a cover with, or you can just?
I just took mine out.
Yeah. But there's basically like a
being,
flat cover that makes
exactly.
it flat. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, cool. Let's see what the trunks look like in both cars. Now we'll have to watch it so that we don't touch the lights in this parking spot. So you're okay with the Polestar, I think. And let me try to do this. There we go. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so we're good in both instances. So here's the trunk of the Polestar. In both instances, the seats are 40/60 with a pass-through in the middle. So they're identical in that respect. So here's the double bottom, and here's what the storage looks like. Okay, great. And then you have another way.
Yep.
That's a huge difference right there. You see, you have, it's kind of like the Audi e-tron. You have big space under the floor as well to put other stuff, which I use all the time in the e-tron. Fantastic. And so in the Volvo here, there's a lot of junk now. See that they put the cables here in the back, where really their place is in the front, so you don't occupy the space in the trunk. Again, 40/60 split with a pass-through. But here under the floor, that's all you get. It's just a little bit of space here, so it's definitely less than the Polestar.
Oh, they split this up too. We have this at the front as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's kind of a different positioning.
And then this is a divider here, or?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's probably just. Oh, yeah, you can fold it like this.
Okay.
That's why.
Gotcha.
You can just lift it up and then put it like that. But and the charging cable is the same, so it's basically either the 120 or 240 stove outlet, which is 7 kilowatts. There we go. Yeah, so the trunk's comparable, I'd say. So the major difference is the height, the ride height. And they're both beautiful cars. You know, the Polestar is much more distinctive. If you want to be seen as driving an electric car, you choose a Polestar, and for its performance. If you want a more family-oriented car, you'll probably go with the Volvo. Okay, that's it for us. Thanks very much again to Jacob.
Bye, guys.
Okay, have a good day. Thanks for watching.